So I played Mainichi. I hope I'm saying it right. Mainichi. Um, Earlier, and on my laptop, but for some reason I can't pull it up on this computer. I don't want you. But I can't open it on this one. So I'm going to watch. I'm just gonna have someone else play while I talk about it. I played this game, and it was pretty interesting. Just like in the coming out simulator, you didn't really know what was happening. You kind of learned as you were going. I honestly thought I am this little black girl, woman character, and I'm gonna go meet my friend for coffee. Let's choose what we're gonna do. And we're just going through the motions like it's a regular day. Take a shower, put on some makeup maybe, put some clothes on, cool. And everything was fine. I think when I played one time, I actually did play some video games when I had some time. But what I found interesting was that there were certain things that you had to give up if you were going to do that. So if I took a nap, I wasn't going to be able to put on makeup. If I played video games, I wasn't going to be able to get all fancy and dress nice. I could only choose one of the two if I wanted to do that. So it was either you could only choose two actions: makeup and clothes, nap and clothes, nap and makeup, nap and video games, and still go out the way that you look. Um, Things of that nature. I think maybe you were supposed to. There was once I didn't have to dress up, but yes. So once again, my style one, I had zero clue where to go. There was no directions on where to go. Do I talk to people? Is my friend out here somewhere? I had zero clue where to go. But I found my way. The first time I played, I did take this route as well. I went down at the bottom, and people are talking to me, and I'm like, okay, cool. But then when I reached, but then touch my hair. Sorry, but then when I reached this guy, I was peeved, okay, because just like, just let me be me. Just let me be me. Why must you tell the whole world what's going on right now? It doesn't matter. And and it's crazy because I, I felt embarrassed afterwards. And so the next time I played, because the game ended so quickly for me, but the next time I played, and I felt shameful for doing this, I went up the street and across because I didn't want to be talked to. I didn't want to be talked to, whether it was a good reaction or a bad reaction. I didn't want anyone to talk to me. So I walked straight across this top row and no one spoke to me, and I went straight into the coffee house. That's not a way to live life. And it made me feel bad. It made me feel horrible. And I think this game did a great job of letting you know how it feels to be transgender, that you change your routes, change the things that you do because you don't want to be talked to, and that's not how other people live their lives. Other people can live their lives and walk on and be okay, but depending on who you are, you might not feel comfortable with it at all. So when I got into the coffee shop, one, I didn't know where to go, but kind of figured it out. Walked up to the barista, and so the first time I played, I paid with cash. So I was like, yeah, pay with cash. And then I thought, why give the option to pay with a card for this game? So the second time I played with a card. And that's when I got this whole, oh, Miss or Mr. And I was just like, I should have just paid with cash. I should have just paid with cash. And then again, it made me feel bad because really, I just can't be me. I can't be me because I can't just be like regular folks and pay with a card because people are going to react a wrong way, and that hurts. That hurts. I feel like everyone should play this game just so you know how it feels. I feel like they should tell you to play this game a second time. Like, if you play this game the first time and you pay with cash, cool. Play it again, but play with a card this time. Like, tell people to make different decisions and see how they feel, because I feel like because the gameplay is so short, people are just going to play once and not play again. But you need to play it a second time, choose different options, just so you know what it feels like. So I came in this situation twice, or maybe more than twice. I played this game a few times. So I played where I got his attention, and I was dressed up, and we talked, and he was like, "Hey, you want to sit with me during my break?" And I was like, "Yeah, what? Cool." And then you go to your friend. Your friend makes you feel some type of way about yourself, and then again, it shows you that, is this my friend wanting the best, having the best interest in my life, so that I don't get hurt, or is this my friend like keeping me down, though I want more? And then it also shows you that, like, this game did a great job of showing you the day, not even the day, just like the morning of the life of a transgender person and what they have to deal with. They can't just talk to the cute barista because they have to worry about whether the barista is going to feel some type of way about who they are. They could and they could not, just like the guy on the street. The guy on the street realized that I was transgender pretty right away. He knew that, and he made fun of it. However, you go to this coffee shop, and this other guy's talking to you, and on your mind is, does he know? Does he know and not care? Does he know and care? Does he not know and will he care? Does he not know and he won't care? You don't know. But she decided to take that chance. She took her shot. But how's that going to end? And you just don't know. And I think this game did a really great job of showing you that. There was a moment where I played the game and I did not dress up. I didn't dress up, went in whatever clothes I was wearing. I think I also put on makeup. I put on makeup but didn't change my clothes. And I didn't get the same reaction from this guy. This guy was just like, "Oh, here's your coffee." And then that was it. And it was just like, and then I go back to my friend and just like, life is just life. It's just, And so you want to feel good and you want to dress up and you want to look pretty, but then you have all these other questions on your mind. But then when you don't live your life fully the way you want to. This game did a good job. Shout out to the people who wrote it because I got all the feels. So when I played the coming out simulator, for some odd reason, it didn't get my audio. So we're going to record over my recording. When I played the coming out simulator, I played the coming out simulator twice, and I decided to choose two different options. So the first time I played without the visuals, I decided to go straight on with it, to tell the truth, to fully tell my mother everything, to tell my father everything, and I got options that really made me happy. Just saying, no, mom, F you, F this, we're doing this. Like, it made me happy to be able to tell my parents that without actually being able to tell my parents that. And it made me happy to, not happy to see how the story developed, but happy that this person coming out was not afraid to do that. And so being able to do that in game form, being able to choose my decisions, I thought was great. I know this is a story about someone else's life, but I do wish that it gave different, well, never mind. I hope that maybe somewhere in the future, out there down the line, there is a coming out simulator that kind of gives you a different kind of outcome. I know this is a story about someone's specific life, but if there could be another game where you could change kind of like your parents' tolerance for different genders and different sexualities, or change some things so that you can kind of see, if I come out to my parents, what would it be like? Though this is just the story of one specific person and his life, I think having that element would have been very nice. And I think it would have been very beneficial for other people. But still, this game was very beneficial because even at the end of the game, it still ended up being a good, happy ending, which I enjoyed because it doesn't always have to be a sad ending. And I like that he gave 3 different endings so that you kind of see that different things could happen. The first time I played, I got punched in the face. My father punched me in the face for coming out, and it hurt. But to realize that at the end of the day, it didn't change me. It didn't change anything. I still became who I was and still was able to live my life. It was great. So the second time I played, I decided to kind of keep it low key. I was just like, I'm not gonna tell my parents anything. I'm just gonna roll with the punches. My mother still knew because she read my text messages. I didn't tell my father, but still, like, every decision I was making made me feel sick. It made me feel wrong on the inside, that I wasn't expressing who I really was. And I think the simulator does a good job of putting you in that situation and giving you the decisions of what to say to your parents and even to your boyfriend, and actually giving you the feels of what it would feel like to say these things. Having the characters respond to you, knowing what you said, it was good. It was good having all 3 options of go with your heart or go with the lie or the half truth. Which do you want to do? And being able to read the other options, it makes you feel a certain way. Just, I could have said this, but instead I chose to say that. I thought it did a really great job of letting you know what it was going to be like coming out to your parents. I really wish I remember everything that I said during my gameplay, but I appreciated this game. I appreciated that it had some funny elements, that it had some very serious elements. Um, I appreciated the fact that it kind of told you things about Nick's life without giving you this big bio about him. You learn that he's Asian through the options that you're given. You learn the movie that he watched without initially telling it. You learn that he's not doing well in school. Like, you learn a lot of things about him as you play the game. And I really like that element of learning more about him through the story versus getting all of his information in the beginning. I thought it was very effective as a simulator in this. But in all, this was a great game. I got to learn a lot about Nick, which I really appreciated. Even though he is a real life character, I think you learn a lot about who he is and the past 5 years of his life and the struggles and everything that he went through. Um, it was a good game. It was a very good game, and I appreciated it.